Hey everyone, Devin Greer here, and we're going to start off with our gaming video. We're doing this in a hope of promoting Steam games on Linux. And if you're a Windows person, don't turn off, because if you're interested in seeing the game, that's primarily the point of this. But the other point of it is showing that how games have been coming to Linux, how the ports have been handling. You're showing some good games that are available on Steam right now. We're not going to be showing off any videos like, the prequel of Borderlands or Metro, Half-Life, or I know that I can't even think. There's another big one coming, BioShock, which is coming to Linux. Don't get me wrong, great games, but there's already probably a ton of people showing those games off. So we're going to start off with some other titles which are on sale. This one right here, Eldritch, which is currently on sale for well under $10 on the Steam store till January 2nd, is an excellent game. And I know kind of at first sight it's looking kind of cartoonish, and the game in itself kind of is. So here we are, starting off, and let me kind of show off the world a little bit. This game is very interesting. Now, I know some people are like, oh, the graphics are kind of but this game I don't think is designed to look good graphically. I mean, to me it looks good. But, I mean, graphically this game is kind of, it's different, I guess is the best way of putting it. In terms of gameplay, this game reminds me a lot of almost like if Nintendo bought the rights to the Elder Scroll games, and then in the process of writing the story, they got a patient from the insane asylum, and said, write us the gameplay for this game and do smart work for us, and that's how it ends up coming out. The game is very off the wall. There's no other really way of putting it. So the premise of the game is you start off as this guy, and you start off in this library. You can explore the library, but really the library, the areas of the library are just gateways into other areas. We can come here, there's some books, and the books give some insight to what's going on, so there's nothing in this one. That one looks like it's recording something that we're doing. This here is just showing items that have been borrowed, but overall we're not really getting a whole lot. Over here, when you start the game, you can come over here, and this is the area which kind of gives you some direction on how to play the game. Definitely it's always good to kind of cruise through these, because you never know what controls you may end up needing. So before we hop into our first world, the real point, if people are wondering, well, why are we demoing this on Linux? And I mean, I'm a big Linux guy. I currently do another broadcast called Linux Reviewed, which you'll find on my channel. But the real thing about this is I think gaming coming to Linux has really shown how far we've come. I've been using Linux. I'll be going on my 7th year of using Linux. And when I first started using Linux, a majority of the games that were available were a lot like, seriously, I mean, there was like a game where you were a penguin racing down some mountain. Another one that was like a Mario game, but yet again, you were a penguin. And then there was another one that was kind of like Diablo 2, but yet again, you were a penguin walking around this place. I mean, there was a strange obsession with penguins, and I get it. Linux, penguin, tux, get it. But, I mean, it was really rough. And to see all these games now coming to Linux is kind of cool. I mean, it's really awesome. If you guys are interested in the game, I will tell you that I'm running it on a 4th Gen i7, 2.4 gigahertz, 8 gigs RAM, and Intel HD 4600 graphics. But we're also screen recording at the same time. You could probably get away with, honestly, an i5, Intel HD 4000 graphics, and be just fine. And for you Windows users, probably roughly about the same. You might be able to get down as low as an i3 with 3000 series graphics, but I just wouldn't. I mean, your frame rate will be pretty bad. So we'll go here. So I open up this book, and what this book does is this book brings me into this strange world, a different dimension, have you? And so right now, it's kind of giving us some information about someone else who's been here. I didn't see it in the library, but when I first picked up this game, I've played about an hour so far of the game. When you first go into the library, there is a book about this guy who is in the library and is trying to find a way out, but ends up never finding a way out and ends up losing his mind. The point of the game is to explore the worlds and find as many items as possible to become stronger and more powerful. That way you can combat more of what is in the worlds. So up here we see, okay, we got a gun now. Picked up a key. Could use the bottle and could eat the meat. But right now I'm full health, no point. And just kind of look around for some enemies. Hopefully there is none yet. Gameplay, like I said, it's pretty smooth. But this world, as you can see, I mean, it's almost like, and I wasn't kidding, like they hired someone mentally insane to write this game. Because everything in this world is very just backwards. It's definitely a labyrinth. And just, I mean, different. But, yeah, I mean, I definitely find it interesting how far games have come on Linux. I mean, they used to be just a bunch of games about penguins, which, and by the way, in this game, if you play it, always close the doors behind you. Always close the doors. I'll like come in here and be gathering something, and then something will come up behind me and kill me. And right now, with the way my character is set up, it only takes 3 hits and you're done. Kind of surprised we haven't ran into anybody yet. But I think we haven't gone far enough down. So, it's definitely very interesting. I'm currently saving up for a System 76 Bonobo Extreme, which with the i7 and that and the dedicated NVIDIA graphics. Now, see, this is a creature, but he's dead, and here comes that. And then you push F, you can search the bodies. Even if you weren't the one that killed him, you never know what you'll find on them. So, guns, you pick up more ammo. Well, once I get that, I'm very excited to check out Borderlands prequel and you need keys, which is the only thing real annoying is you always need keys. The Borderlands prequel game, and definitely excited for BioShock to come to Linux. That's always a good thing. So let's come back. There was a locked door over here. The cool part about this game is it's pretty open in the sense of what you can do. Boom. Blow a hole. You gotta be kind of careful. The only thing I don't know is when you use bombs, you might accidentally damage like what's inside of them. And now we got a knife. I'll tell you right now, the knife is my favorite weapon in the game. You will find a hatchet. The issue with the hatchet is it deals more damage. However, it's also slower to attack with. So basically, if you're not careful, you could accidentally end up Like going up against an enemy, you'll hit him once, but then he'll start hitting you. Whereas the knife's a very fast weapon. It deals less damage. However, they pretty much can never hit you if you have the knife, which is cool. So we're going to go down here. And you just keep going down, really. The only thing that's kind of lame about the game is if, say, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore. I'm bored. And I go here and I go save and quit. I'll be fine. I'll respawn here. But if I clicked resurrect because I want to get back to the library, everything that I have obtained is now gone. I won't be able to keep it. I have to exit the level through a gateway of some sort. And I will tell you, I purposely picked this book to first gather supplies. This, I'll let you know right now, is the easiest world out of all of them. There is none easier. So, I was playing one night, and you go to the asylum, and the asylum, yet again, complete deep indication, someone completely mentally insane wrote these stories, or wrote the game. But the asylum is a freaking, it is scary. It is a completely scary game, or a scary level to even try and get through as a whole. Very, very weird. No, I don't want. Dynamite's cool, but it's a one-time thing. The knife provides much better protection. The next level I'd recommend, there's a winter level. See, there's this guy again. If you're wondering, it's like, man, he's just blowing through this. I'm telling you, this world is a freaking cakewalk. Some of the other levels I've played are insane, and I must have been hit at some point. I didn't even realize it. The asylum, I was there, and then it told me, oh, well, you've been here too long. And then some black clouded monster comes after me and literally laid me to waste so quickly it was almost sad and depressing. So, now somewhere around here, and you see it in the map, there's like this face. Great. I'm close to death, and if I die, I'll be highly upset. Okay, a bunch of keys, which are always good. Crap. Alright, so at this point, we're now on a mission to find food. But, where I was trying to take us... Let's see, where do I want to go? So I need to go that way. Maybe the best way would be through the door. And sometimes... So, this is why you don't ever eat the food. Because you just don't know when you're going to need the food. I thought I left a ham laying around. So right now, ham. There we go. We got that. One of the other things, this game is kind of eerie. In the sense that they have gods. You go through, you find, now mind you, when I say gods, I'm not talking like God of War status where, you know, you go and fight the Titans. No, nothing like that. But more or less you have these statues. Like I said, and I guess if you're not going to close the door, keep an eye on it. Because you never know when one of these little guys are going to end up respawning. So these gods, right? They're non-existent anymore. The story almost tells it in a... how do I put it? Like a time of when gods did rule and how they're not around anymore. But if you can find their statues... you will then get divine powers from them. And the hard part is just finding the statues. That is the hardest piece. Like I said, leave your hams. Well, baked meat. To me, it looks like a freaking ham. But leave that there. So we're gonna go. Bah. Okay, like I said, you have to move tactically. They'll get you. They'll get you. They will pop up out of nowhere. So, okay. So the face is gone, which means I'm not on the right floor anymore. The other thing I've learned about this game is, like, you have to go down levels to go up levels to go through certain areas. I don't know. It's very weird. It is by far the weirdest game I have ever played in my life. And that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. Like I said, whoever wrote this game was very heavily on... they were not healthy. So let's see. Really want to get to that temple because at least get there and then we can exit the level for all I care. It's not that I don't care, but I mean, see, there we go. The other thing is, I mean, you can look for it, but there's no reason to waste a key. And here we go. So I'm going to pray. And it says, lift powers, press to hurl yourself upward. Lift can be used even while airborne, allowing you to reach any height. And then it costs one of these little blue rubies. So essentially what it's saying is I can now come over here. You see my arms now like making weird little shapes. Boom. Really good stuff. This is kind of a good thing if you're trying to, you get through a level and then you need to get back up somewhere and you're unable to, you can use that power to do that. This is weird. I passed through here. Alright, so, boom. Must forgot to loot his body. Let's forgot his body. Shoot up here, look around. Oh. Really swear I've hit all this. The thing about this game that'll kick your butt is that you oftenly thought you've been somewhere and you have not been there before. Okay? I mean, that is like the ultimate truth about this game. See, like, I know I haven't been in here yet, but it feels like I've gone everywhere. So, you pick these up. The artifacts, from what I have read, will give us the chance and ability to purchase stuff at some point in the game. Again, haven't been here. So... now, I'm on the correct level, I just got to find it. But it's at this point which I have to get back to the book. To get back to the book. The book will allow me to exit. Now, I could also try, and I seen it earlier, was a trapped door. Let's see. There's a trapped door. No, I want that. Which could take us into another part. Let's see. I think the trap door was somewhere. Always be looking around. entering the depths again. Yeah, see, there's the trapdoor. Let's see what the trapdoor does. Okay. Not entirely sure where I'm at. This is new territory for me. And I ain't gonna lie. This here, the fountain, will regain your full health, which is good. See, and now everything, it looks like the one place, but everything's backwards. It's such a weird level. Such a weird game. Like I said, I mean, I think the thing that I'm happy the most about is how well it runs in Ubuntu Linux. Oh crap. Oh, now those things, I won't even lie, I absolutely hate those because they are a pain in the ass. Great. So I have like 1 health, which means now I need to go find, I thought I saw a ham up here earlier. Great. So anyway, I'm just pleased with that concept alone. Yeah, fountain. Another guy. See, they come up out of frickin' nowhere. This might be a better way to go down. What? Now you look interesting. Let's go in here, let's see. Okay. It's just a place so you can store. Alright. This up. Wow. A lot of stuff in here. So what I would be interested in knowing is if anyone would actually like to maybe consider doing this in a live stream in the future. I know that YouTube, I believe, has that function. I've never done it. I know that I've seen large corporations use the live stream, but I'd have to look into it. And then yet again, as always, the battle is, even if the feature is there, is it supported in Ubuntu Linux? So, I'm not opposed to doing it in another platform, but I mean, like, the real point of this is to show off the capability of the OS and how it's been handling the Steam games. Which I will tell you now that the game is traditionally, well, I don't think it is traditionally, but it does go full screen. Okay, it is a full screen game. However, I have it set like this because basically with the screen recorder I'm using, it does support full screen. Oh, look, my heart went up one. That's definitely cool. It does support full screen gaming and recording. However, see, I'm back up here. See, I'm just totally confused because I swear that is the same place I just prayed. Well, let's find out what happens when I do it. Huh. strange. It's a different power. This game is so trippy. And I'm about to get us out of this one because nothing against this place, but this is, like I said, this is one of the easier maps that I've played in the game. It is traditionally much harder to play, especially if you go to the Asylum. The Asylum, I'm very skeptical. I'd hate to lose everything that I've worked so hard for. Yet again. There we go. There's these one creatures in the Asylum that you cannot kill. And I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible to kill them, but it is very hard to kill them. And if there is, I don't know how. So I'm pretty satisfied here. So let's go. Let's get closer to the book. Okay, so it looks like there's, in this game, multiple temples. Just careful of the spikies. That's what it's looking like. It's very easy to get turned around. It's also, sometimes it's easy to like not be able to see where to go. Luckily though, this level there is what's it called? No, the enemies in this level are relatively, I don't want to say harm. They're harmless. Go here. So now we're back. So essentially what this is feeling like to me is same world. There's some layout differences that I'm noticing now, but generally it's the same place, just almost backwards. So now all we gotta do is find the book. Once we find the book, we can get out of this place. The book, I believe, will start off at the highest level possible. See, and there's the other god. Okay. So basically the trap door takes me into a different dimension, I'm guessing, of that same world. Oh yes, and there's fruit trees. I forgot we can eat those. Looks like at some point I was hurt. I don't really need you anymore, but we'll take you anyway. So there we go. There's the book. We come back. And boom, back in the library. So as you guys can kind of see, the levels here are very intricate, in a sense of it's real easy to get turned around. I mean, we were going, I went through a trap door, and next thing you know, I'm in a world that looks very similar. There's a lot of the same items and possessions, but it was a whole different realm. Now, I'm almost skeptical to show it because I will end up losing everything because I know I will die there. But I guess we can do like a quick demo of the Asylum. But first things first, these rubies that you have provide an immense amount of power. As you can see, they're relatively important because every time I use one, I lose energy. So what we'll do is we'll come over here, we'll open up the chest, and see I already have 31 in the bank from when I've played earlier. I'm going to drop it down because you get a lot. And we're going to literally store it up till I get about I only need about 30, I think. Wow. Yeah, I guess I could have just done that. So before we end the broadcast tonight, I will end up showing off another level. I can't guarantee when I'm going to get a chance to do these, but I definitely want to show off some of the games in Linux. And I really don't think we're going to do this game in its entirety, because this game strikes me as, how do I put it? This game strikes me in the sense that it's very challenging. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it seems like this game is one that we could easily do like 40 hours of gameplay. And, I'm not prepared to show a game off that much. But we'll definitely go through like some of the levels, and I have no problem demoing those out. So we'll go over here. Like I said, I'll show you guys the Insane Asylum. I think I get to there through the mirror. Nope. Oh, yeah. By the way, you can customize your character completely out, which is cool. I could tell you, so the blue book takes us to that weird little world. But I'll tell you also right now, if you're in a position where you need supplies, you need to go get a knife, get a gun, get ammo, get keys, get magical powers, that is the easiest level. The next one that we do, and I would be hoping to do it within the next week with no problems, is this one over here. I don't know why this one has a big old misty cloud around it, but this is the winter land where you get attacked by a plethora of penguins. I know, right? Kind of weird. Like I was complaining about, all the freaking penguins in Linux, all the Linux penguin games. And then over here, this strange book, I believe, this to the asylum. Yes, I am ready to go to the asylum. Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't get to keep my knife. Go to my knife. Let's see. This shows the leaderboards. That shows this. That shows the asylum. I don't know. So this is asylum. You jump through this mystically black cloud, and here you are. You are in the asylum. It's not, like I said, it starts off and you're probably like, oh, it's the same place. It's just different colored blocks. No, very much not the case. And I don't know why I don't have any of my powers. So there's those guys. Let's see, do I have keys? No, I don't even have freaking keys. Lovely. So we'll go up. These creatures here are the ones that cannot be killed. But they pop back up. I mean, the game is complete. This game is insane, right? And so he keeps coming at me. It's like, come on. So we'll shoot around this way. The hard part to the asylum is I've gotten to the point where I have like whatever the hell those creatures are called. I'll have like 10 of them on me. Not even like remotely kidding. Like 10 of them chasing me. The other issue is you can't spend too much time in the asylum. Otherwise, there's this really weird freaking guy who will... Well, he's not even a guy. He's like this black cloud of death. Ha, you can't get me up here. You could try. I'll punch you. This black cloud of death who will come after you, and I will tell you, when he gets his hand... You can't kill him. Like, you can't even put him down temporarily. It is impossible. I don't even know if I can jump this. I don't know if it even matters. I don't have any of my powers, which is pretty crummy. I don't think he... Yeah, he'll keep dying there over and... There we go. Great pickaxe. Like I said, the asylum is not a fun place. It is not. And just to kind of show and demo point, and see I have 46 seconds, I don't even want to see what happens at the end of those. So I will resurrect, and yes, I will go ahead and lose my progress. That is fine by me. Get back to the library. The asylum is a race. So what I will tell you so far in the game, as far as I know, there is no real plot. You do find books, and these books will tell you a story of someone who has been here. It kind of gives indication to a place that you cannot get out of. But we will, like I said, so future plans. Future plans are to do a couple more levels, a couple more worlds together, and then I think we'll really wrap up this game. Another game I will be pretty excited to show off here is 3089, a futuristic RPG. This one, yet again, if you guys don't want to wait to see the review and the gameplay on it, it's another one. I believe I got this one for like $6 right now, and it's going until Jan 2nd. Steam's having their big, or Valve, I should say, is having their big game store sale. So it's definitely worth it, and yet again, it runs on this machine just fine. I don't know if we'll be able to get to that till before I get my gaming machine, just because yet again that one, well, no, I think I can get that one to render in the same type of screen, because like I said, I can't go full screen without the OpenGL feature, and I just don't know if this laptop will be able to do that plus handle screen recording on the Intel HD 4600 graphics. So if there's anything that you guys are more interested in the game, or if you guys would be interested in potentially doing a live stream so we can go through the game together, I'm definitely interested. Post comments. This is the first one. We will do a couple of these, and hopefully I can make them a little bit more interesting tonight, but tonight was the first one. And if we get enough views, we'll continue doing this and burning through games, and like I said, there's always some interesting game out there for $10 to $20, if not much less, that deserves a lot more credit, and we're definitely going to get through those. All right, everybody, thank you for watching.